Hello everyone, my name is Marc Tolliver and I am a life coach, business coach, and leadership coach associated with Life Creations Education, which is a coaching company out of Carlsbad, California. And I'm coming to you from Maui, Hawaii. So aloha. I may be coming to you an ocean away or right next door, depending upon where you're viewing this video at this moment. Okay, let's get started. I have been doing a series of videos recently that have been all about business. One of the most asked questions on the internet is business, marketing, how to make it happen. And so we have been focusing actually on our authentic selves and creating an authentic story of ourselves that creates a relevancy, that creates a bridge to our audience, to our coworkers, to our employees, to our audience that you're maybe speaking to, teaching. So all of that is all about authenticity. And I came across a quote recently that I would like to read to you because it's all about being authentic. And that is, authenticity at the core is the degree to which one is true to one's own personality, spirit, or character. So, what is your character? What is your spirit to your company, to what you're doing, from teaching to being a team leader, to create that authentic self? Now, I have been teaching how to actually take that story and create a bridge of relevancy. And in my past videos, I've described how to see relevancy as a bridge, like in a Japanese garden that connects one lily pad to the next pad. And that bridge connecting it is your story. And that's my visual. That's what helps me. Now, I'm looking down because I have some paperwork underneath that is actually how do you create that story? Well, there's 3 points that is how you create that story. So number one is your story should take listeners on a journey from a place of hardship where you were to a place of pleasure where you are now. Meaning the story always starts as a hardship and an uncomfortability and a vulnerability, which is actually very powerful to be able to share that story with someone, and then how you got from that to where you're going. Or mission statements in businesses are made this way out of people's values and their hardships and what they want. My story, for example, in the past 2 videos, I took you through how I'm currently a hairstylist now that owns a salon studio and is very successful. But I didn't know how to do that originally, and I was very vulnerable, and it kept me back from owning salons and owning a business because I thought I didn't know enough because all I knew was my creativity and how to do hair. So that's my story. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. Be vulnerable and willing to reveal a time of struggle. Okay, so for me, it was I'm also dyslexic and I struggle with math. I struggle with numbers. I struggle with spelling. I struggle with understanding because I have a different way of understanding because of my dyslexia. Now, I don't think of my dyslexia as a negative at all. I actually consider it very powerful because I have learned to learn a different way than most people. But in that story, there's a connection and the struggle of learning how to learn differently and to get what I needed to get through school and to get through business and to get through life. Okay, let's go on. So number 3 is know what you want to help your audience with. Well, my thing was, one, to teach people how to become successful. And I had to learn that through, of course, learning about business. And also, another added level for me and another step was my dyslexia. So, anybody that has a hard time learning business, who better than me to understand that and to become a coach and teach people how to do this, to be a salon owner and to recognize that I have different ways of helping out my team and to recognize that. Okay, I'm going to go on to number 4 is ensure your story establishes you as an expert, meaning you've walked the talk. You've gone through it. I've been a hairstylist for 31 years now. And I still am a hairstylist. I still walk the talk if I'm going to talk about the salon industry. I learn how to work with my dyslexia to actually make it a very powerful story and to make it a very powerful way for others to see that I recognize and I learn in a different way, and I can show you that way as well. So those 4 examples that I just gave and how we do it is how we relate the audience and how we stay relevant with that bridge to connect to the next pond. And for people to listen to our story, listen to our analogies of our story to connect that with the full body. So, tying all the last few videos together, we're working up to a workbook that's going to gently nudge us to the next thing, which is the embodiment and what that's all about. Now, this workbook I'm talking about, you can actually get down. I have some links down below where you can get that workbook. And if you want to follow with us, that would be great. And if you want to just follow us with the videos, that's fine too. That's what I'm here for. So now we're going to connect all of this, and in the next video, we'll be able to get to that workbook. And the workbook will be downloadable, so you can just download it on your computer, on your iPad, on your tablet, on your phone, so you can carry it with you as well. Okay, so with Aloha, I am going to give you a final homework. And I have these 4 steps written below this video. So what I would like everyone to do is really take out your notebooks, or if you're putting it in your iPads in the notes section, is to write those 4 steps down and really look at your story and how it's connecting now and how it's connecting to the relevancy of that bridge that takes you to that next pond, which is the embodiment of your business. And then with the workbook coming up, we can look at that, and I'll be sharing information as well. And the reason for getting the workbook is there's other exercises within that workbook that you can look at and do as well. What I'm giving is just the quintessentials of that workbook. That's why I wanted to do the pre-videos, so I can kind of catch you up and have you already working on some exercises. Okay, so with Aloha, I will see everybody next week. Please leave the comments down below underneath this video. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and even salongalaxy.com, which is an industry salon site. So follow me, and follow me through the next workbook and the sections that we'll be covering. Okay, so see you next week.